these guys for a while now. You may remember them. Different names, of course, but these are the botters. The same botters. Different character names. But, they've been here for like 3 months, maybe more. I don't know. It's been a long time. Blizzard has still done nothing. I've reported them many times. In fact, I haven't been going after them every single day. I haven't had a sub for a while. You know, I haven't dedicated my entire life to come after these guys. Whenever I think to come to Warlords of Draenor, I always check this spot and they're always here. But these are the gold farm spots that I made a couple of videos about before. I'd only intended to make that one video, and then I decided to upload them again that same day while getting uploading. And sure enough, found them again. Their owner did actually come back during that second video, and they targeted my pet that I have out named Stop Botting, which was hilarious. But they're still here, and you may be thinking, hey, how do you know they're bots? To which I say, you'll know just by looking at them. What you just saw right now. Before I started killing them, how their path was going, and now that they're coming back, they don't recognize that I'm here. And if they were a human being, they would recognize that I'm here instead of the exact same path, exact same way, every single time. And they all follow the exact same path. So it's pretty obvious. In one of the other videos, I was talking about how they get on a mammoth every once in a while to vendor everything. And they had done that. I'm not sure if they'll do that again, since when I first got here today, they were already on a mammoth vendoring. So I just kind of wanted to make another video to show, hey, yeah, these guys are still here, and despite me reporting them and opening tickets, and a GM had responded to my last ticket saying that I need to email hacks@blizzard.com, and I've finally done that. We'll see what kind of reply I get. So I'm actually just killing these mobs now, just to try to show you what they drop. They drop, you know, a cup of silver, and they do spawn nearly instantly, which is why the bots are here. They drop a couple of gold, which, you know, doesn't seem like much, but, you know, 4 dulled claws is 1 gold right there, and then there's a huge chance of getting, you know, greens. There's something, like, these guys sell for 4 gold each, a little over 4 gold, almost 5 gold. And those drop fairly commonly, which I'm guessing is what these guys are kind of banking on for their drops. Is things like that. And there's a couple of other things that 10 gold to some of the greens go up to 40 gold, especially if their weapons are plate. And these guys just these guys just right on top of them. And they don't care, because they're not real. It's not a human being. Even if you were a very dedicated person, like I'm just gonna keep going, I'm gonna just keep doing what I do, even though I'm clearly being hunted down over and over and over again. Even if you were that, you would still make an effort to get away. And when the bot owner does come back, he does make an effort to get away. Or she, it, I don't care. They're a botter. I really don't care what their pronouns are, sorry. Yeah, when they return to their computer, they try to get away. They go into deer form, and they go into cat form, and they sprint, and they try to stealth away, and they do everything they can, and then they phase to different servers. Here we go. So, more dulled claws, another ritual stone, and then this guy, he's a sword, so he's doing only 25 gold. I think it's just one gold sword. So, I mean, these are fairly common drops, and they respawn very, very quickly. So what this botter is doing is he's running a program to stay on overnight, multiple days, while he, she, it, whatever, isn't at the computer to farm up all this gold, and they vendor it all. Who knows what they're doing with the gold next? They could be selling it to Susan Express for all I know. God bless Susan. But, yeah, so that's what's going on. I don't think the bot is going to come back for probably another hour. They usually come back around 9 o'clock server time. But, like I said, I haven't been around recently. If you do see these botters, if you kill them a lot, they always seem to have war mode on. I haven't seen them with war mode off yet, and I've seen them across multiple servers. Right now they're on Vanguard. If you kill them a lot, sometimes the bots do break, and they'll just lay there dead for a while until they go AFK long enough to be logged out, in which case they log back on immediately afterwards, and then the program starts running again. But sometimes they'll resurrect, and they'll just stand there. And they'll just stand there until they log out. But I figured out, so if you have a knockback, you can knock them over to this edge, or I think the other edge too. And if you knock them into the water down here, their programming, I don't know why it is, I don't understand how it works, but it does. Their programming senses that they're in the water, and so it constantly jumps. Well, that constant jumping is keeping them from going AFK, and so they stay stuck in the water until the owner of the bot comes back and realizes, oh shit, I'm in the water. Why does that matter? Well, it cuts off a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Productivity. It makes them waste a lot of time. I can't think of the word right now for some reason. It's gone out of my head. But if you can like knock them into the water, or life grip them, or death grip them, whatever you can do. I have Typhoon, and so I love to use that. And my record is getting about 3 in there. There's usually about 5 botters. I've never seen more. I've never seen less. But they just kind of sit in the water and just bounce around forever until their guy comes back and says, oh, I'm in the water and I'm not making any money. So if you have a knockback or something like that and you see these guys, I highly suggest trying to do that. Even though this game, a lot of people don't like it anymore. People are like, oh, WoW's bad. Can't wait for Classic. This game is trash. You know, it's kind of just the principle of it all. Like, it's kind of like people, when I used to work in retail, people would come into the store, they'd grab a big screen TV or whatever they wanted, they just grab it, and then they walk out the door. And it's like, well, that's great and all, good for you, but that's against the rules. You're not supposed to steal. You're not supposed to do that. I would love to have a big screen TV for free, but I'm not gonna go and break the rules. I'm not gonna go break the law and steal it. That's wrong. And no matter what you think about this game, botting is wrong, and it's affecting more than just Blizzard or just these people. It's affecting everyone. Because there's people who go, I explained this in the last video, there's people who go to buy gold, and whether or not they're successful, it still affects them. Because whether or not they're successful, there's a good chance they're going to get in trouble from Blizzard, I can't talk, from Blizzard, and lose their account. There's a good chance they're going to get their account stolen from whatever website they've gone to. There's just all these things that can happen. It's raising auction house prices, or it's drastically dropping auction house prices where you can't make any money anymore. You can't get anything. And yeah, you can go buy a WoW token, but it's Blizzard's. There's a difference between Blizzard selling something that belongs to them, that they created, and this is their game, and they're doing something, and yeah, it might be, oh, microtransactions, whatever. It's still their intellectual why can't I English today? Is this still their intellectual, you know, it's still their property. I can't speak today at all. But when someone else does it, it's not their game, it's not their property, and it's against the terms of service, and they're making real life money off of things that they shouldn't be doing, and they're doing all these things they shouldn't be doing. You know, it'd be great if I could make real life money off of this. Are you kidding me? Oh man, I'd be one happy camper. But you're not allowed to. And I don't think you should be breaking rules. Anyway, this video has gone on longer than I had wanted it to. As you can see, the botters are still spawning. If you had any doubts there were botters before, I hope you don't have any doubts now, because I think it's very obvious. Anyways, just to show you where they're at, right here, Akendun and Warlords of Draenor, war mode on. So you can kill them if you're hordy. They're always Worgen Druids. I have never seen anything else but Worgen Druids. And I think they're using, like, the character trial 110 character trial or something. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're usually different names. And I bet if I went to another server right now, there'd be some over there too. So, that's my video. Kill them if you see them, and try to knock them into the water so we can ruin their lives, and maybe they can realize, hey, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And Blizzard, try to do something about it. It's kind of disheartening, you know? You know they're doing their best, and you know there's a lot of trouble, and the game's not as great as it used to be, whatever, all these things. But at least make an effort to stop the people who are breaking the rules and making the game even worse. Alright, this video has gone on for like, what, 11 minutes? That's too long. Bye.